All right, we are live. Hopefully, the mic is working. And yeah, I think we got it underway. A lot later than what I would have hoped. Man, I'm surprised that even took that long to work on it. I just looked down at the clock. It's already 9:40. My goodness. Welcome, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I believe the mic is working this time. I don't know what happened the first time. And one way or another, the internal microphone on my OBS was not working. I was unplugging it. I was plugging it back in, whatever. I restarted the laptop, restarted OBS. Nothing was working. And then I clicked on the audio input capture that's been in since I put it in when I first started streaming. Never had like an issue with it, with having to detach it and then reattach it, whatever. And it was saying it was not available for whatever reason. But now it's available. Now it's working. So we should be good to go here tonight. A lot of people were waiting. Again, very sorry for that. I don't know what happened. I'll have to delete the first part of the stream, I guess. Jackson Thomas, Chef Curry, Patrick Shadley, Raji, Jonathan Rogers, Blake Barnes, DB Forever 85, Lucas Casso. Welcome to the stream. All right, it still works. I don't know what happened there. We're going to get right on into the race. Again, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode, Dover International Raceway, Xfinity Series. Here we go. Joey Logano fan, thanks for popping in as well.
Be ready.
Green flag in the air. Harrison Burton will lead the field to the green starting on the pole. He has been the most dominant driver by far this season, coming in off a win at Talladega yesterday. 3 wins in the first 9 races for Harrison Burton. Already a little contact with Schneider and Mills. Turn 1, lap 1. Off into turns 3 and 4. Harrison Burton's going to lead lap 1. David Starr going to get underneath Keegan Schneider. Yeah, sorry for the quick intro. I had the full intro the first time through, and then I guess my mic wasn't working. Again, whatever the case is, we don't have a lot of time. I have to work still tomorrow, so this is going to be a late night for me. It was already going to be a late night as it was. That didn't help matters any worse. I was starting about 40 minutes later than when I was going to start originally. But we got it under control. We'll see what will happen here in today's race. This should be a pretty good one. Dover International Speedway. Quick recap as we're in the early laps of this race. Again, Harrison Burton coming in off a win at Talladega. He's won 3 of the first 9 races. We already mentioned that. He is the only driver with multiple wins this season. The fact that he has not 2 but 3 wins is impressive. Justin Allgaier started at the rear of the field in this race today. So did Matt Mills in the 5. So both those guys coming from the back, and you all have already seen, or sorry, not Matt Mills, I meant Chad Fincham. You already see Justin Allgaier working his way inside the top 30 very quickly. Ethan, welcome to the stream. Got your Richmond picks in. Nice. Yeah, I've yet to do my research on it. Mainly because I had to work today. Chase Briscoe has pulled out to the lead after Burton led the first couple laps of the race. You just wonder on speed, what can Schneider do here in this race? The shorter racetracks have not worked for him so far this season. Phoenix and Bristol, the only 2 tracks we've had in the first 9 races that are at 1 mile or less in length of the racetrack. Bristol, he finished 18th, 5 laps down. 20th. He finished 20th, 5 laps down. He was running 18th most of the time, then he lost those couple extra laps after having to pit in that final stage under green flag conditions. So he finished 5 laps down, 20th at Bristol, and then he finished 4 laps down at Phoenix with a 34th place finish. It's his worst finish of the season so far. No DNFs. That's at least something good to go for. They're trying to really defy the odds here on these shorter racetracks this season. After the last race, we did get a road course chassis for the garage. In the middle of prepping that here for these couple weeks before our first road course race of the season at Mid-Ohio in a couple nights. Monster Jam X10, welcome to the stream. And so far as the regular season standings go, we have 7 drivers locked into the playoffs. Again, Burton the only multi-time winner with 3 wins, but we have a lot of drivers with 1 win on the season. 7 total combined winners in the first 10 races. Schneider got really loose into turn 3 that time, trying to quickly get to the bottom. It's his preferred line here around Dover. He came into this race with an 85 on the engine, 79 on the aero, 78 on the suspension. And we will have to use this same chassis again in the next race when we go to Charlotte tomorrow night. We had 12 people waiting on the last stream, so sorry for the audio not working there, but we've got it underway. It is working now. Even if we weren't going to be able to stream tonight, I was going to have to figure it out one way or another, because I couldn't just let it sit and say, oh, well, we can't stream tonight, because then we were going to run into the same issue again late tomorrow night, so at some point I was going to have to figure it out. Luckily, we got it figured out at a reasonable time. If it would have taken me anywhere to an extra 10 to 15 minutes, we definitely wouldn't be streaming tonight, that's for sure. Back up to 13 people watching, though. Again, apologize. Not sure what ended up happening there, but we are good to go now to the end of this race, and this should be a pretty good race at Dover. Schneider's about 3/4 of a lap off the race leader, Chase Briscoe. We'll have to see how the timely cautions are going to work in this race. Usually see a lot of tire wear at Dover with the concrete surface. Seems to wear the tires out quite a bit. Same with at Bristol. And there are 4 sets of tires. 200 miles, 200 laps in tonight's race. Coke 600 question mark. No, Charlotte for the Xfinity Series. Xfinity Series race at Charlotte's only 300 miles, so half the length of the Cup race on the oval. Remember, we are in the Xfinity Series, not the Cup Series right now. Schneider closes back in on Matt Mills. Got really tight once he got in line behind him. And look at Mills. He just got shot out of a cannon in the middle of the corner, and he clears Joe Nemechek for position. Off of turn 2, Nemechek goes high again. Actually goes to the middle lane. 3 wide now through turns 3 and 4. This is going to get pretty tight off turn number 4. And there's still 3 wide down the front straightaway. 29 laps to go in stage 1 that time at the line. Contact between Mills and Schneider. Schneider slid up the track right into the left front of Mills. That opens up the door on the bottom for Joe Nemechek to get back underneath Schneider in the 99. And Briscoe is coming right now through the back half of the lap traffic. Schneider got really tight. Off turn 4, grazes the wall. And he's going to need a caution stat, where he's going to be going a lap down here in a couple laps. Only 2 lap cars now in between Schneider and Briscoe. Definitely did not get the timely cautions in the second to last race at Bristol, where he did finish 5 laps down. So close to getting the free pass multiple different times, but couldn't quite do it. That's the one thing, running as slow as we are to this point in the season, now in our 10th race. Briscoe is hauling right now. Speaking of somebody who's been hauling recently, how about Timmy Hill? Back-to-back top 10s. He had a 10th at Bristol. And then at Talladega, he finished 4th. Got a top 5. He has been on a tear lately. He's running 27th right now after Schneider just got around him this lap. And Chase Briscoe is right behind Keegan Schneider. Briscoe is a winner this season. He won the 2nd race of the year at Vegas. Schneider's desperately trying to hold that inside lane, trying to block. But Briscoe's going to get under him. He's just too fast, and Schneider will be the first driver 1 lap down. And he's going to have to fight for that free pass position. It's going to be tough because Briscoe's quickly pulling away from him, and he's likely going to lap more cars. Still 24 laps to go in stage 1. Still a long ways to go in this race, though. Schneider could easily get that lap back by the end. You never know if he'll have a chance to win it. 200 miles, not one of the longer races in the Xfinity Series, so I guess that's a good thing with starting it a little bit later due to the mic issues. And there's Briscoe in that heavy lap traffic, trying to lap as many cars as he can to the end of stage 1. Takes it 3 wide off turn 2. He had a very low exit to the corner. He's got a massive lead over second place right now as well. And look at all these cars he's putting a lap down, and Schneider knows he's got to go. And the car's going slowly. It's definitely not going fast enough right now if he's going to want a chance to get the free pass. There are a lot of lap cars he has to pass, and Briscoe's only putting more and more lap down corner after corner. I think the wave around game has only worked probably twice of all the races so far this year for Schneider. Sends it into the corner to get to 23rd, passing Ray Black Jr. and Jesse Little into turn 1. Now to the inside off turn 2 of Tommy Joe Martins for 22nd. It does look like Schneider might have top 15 to top 20 speed today. Remember, we have to finish top 5 in 2 of the next 3 races to get our incentive bonus, as we did not finish in the top 5 in either of the last 2 races. Again, 20th at Bristol, and then we did have a good run at Talladega. We scored a lot of stage points, finished 3rd in both stages, and still got a top 10, finished 9th, but it wasn't good enough for our incentive goal. I was really banking on Dega being one of the races we could have gotten a top 5, and maybe Mid-Ohio with the road course chassis we might be able to put something together, but now we're going to have to somehow find a way here, either at Dover or Charlotte, to get a top 5 as well. And I'm just saying that we might have a chance at a top 5 at Mid-Ohio. That's no guarantee by any means either. Brandon Jones is finally caught and passed Schneider. I was wondering how far ahead Briscoe was, and it was quite a ways. Michael Annett trying to close in on Brandon Jones for position as well. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Chad Fincham, 18th and 19th. They battle side by side all the way through turns 1 and 2. Inside Uranus, welcome to the stream. Jones tries to squeeze 3 wide into turn 3. He couldn't get around him. They're still side by side, nowhere for Jones to go. And Michael Annett is closing in for 2nd. And now he goes 3 wide into 1 and 2, and Annett just follows him in there 3 wide. Schneider's got to run off turn 2, closing in on both the 0 and the 13. Got into the back of Jeffrey Earnhardt off turn 2. It's going to get narrow off turn 4. Nobody's going to pull clear, and there's still 3 wide. And here comes Harrison Burton with nowhere to go in the 4th position. Trying to catch up on both his teammate Brandon Jones as well as Michael Annett. Schneider to 18th. And you just wonder who is in the free pass position. At least David Starr and maybe Alex LeBay as well. I can tell just looking at the track map how many seconds ahead Briscoe is, but we know how many seconds ahead LeBay in 16th is, and that's about 5.5 seconds. David Starr only 2 seconds ahead. Much like Bristol, too. Remember, at Bristol, we only had 7 drivers finish on the lead lap in that race. The guy who dominated most of that race was Justin Allgaier. Won both stages, led over half the race. Therefore, leading the most laps, but put a lot of guys lap down in stage 1 and stage 2. All those cautions there to late in the race. A couple of them in the final 30 laps cost them a chance to win. He does have 1 win on the season as it is, so he is locked into the playoffs. Likely regardless. unfortunately finished a lap down at Talladega due to bad pit strategy last night. Going away with a 35th place run. Just to start at the back here today as well. Carrillo's really backing up. Sorry, that's Jeff Green rather in 38. He's backing up David Starr. Schneider gets around him for 17th. Josh Williams is the 15th place driver. He's about a second ahead of Alex LeBay. 11 laps to go yet in stage 1. Schneider's going to keep fighting. He's going to do everything he can and more to fight in this race. He's got a very good long run car. Once we get about 35 to 40 laps into the run, I mean, he's actually kind of keeping up with Harrison Burton, who was in 4th, even after Burton got around Schneider a couple laps ago. Just how many cars is Briscoe going to pass to the end of the stage? The more he passes, the more Schneider's going to have to pass to get up there. He gets to the outside of Harrison Burton using the 61 of Austin Hill as a pick on the high side. Schneider gets back around the 4th place car of Harrison Burton. Really had to make quick work of him. It does go green to the end of the stage. There's no way Schneider's going to get stage points. Did practice before this race as well to help with the setup on the longer run. Really wanted to get this car dialed in. And Alex LeBay, Josh Williams, both within a second and a half ahead. A little less than a second on LeBay for 16th. Gets around LeBay through 1 and 2. Harrison Burton also gets around Schneider through 1 and 2. Schneider back to the inside of Harrison Burton into turn 3 with a run. Just going to slow him down quite a bit here off turn 4 though. He's going to use Kobe Howard as a pick to clear the 20 again. 5 laps to go in stage 1. And there's Josh Williams in the 92. Schneider should get around him. I believe Daniel Hemrick is a lap down at 14. Again, it's tough to tell just looking at the track map, but it looks like there's a lot of cars in between where Briscoe's at and where the 99 of Schneider's at, and I'd have to assume some of those are more cars that are 1 lap down and not 2. Schneider to the outside of Williams, though, meanwhile for 15th, maybe just in case. Still got to hustle to try and get around him. Anthony Alfredo, just less than 6 seconds ahead of Schneider as well. Three to go, stage 1. Noah Gregson's caught Harrison Burton for 4th. Burton remembers the regular season points leader on top of the 3 wins we already mentioned. Having an absolutely dominant start to this season. Two more laps to go in the stage. Just past halfway through the tire run. No cautions in stage 1 either. About to go caution 3. Briscoe's led all but the first couple laps of this race that were led by Harrison Burton. Schneider's got no shot to gain any more spots in this stage. But either Daniel Hemrick or Anthony Alfredo ahead of him, who are again likely going to finish a lap down. Green, white, checkered flag in the air for the first time tonight. Chase Briscoe will win stage 1 at Dover for this NASCAR Xfinity Series race with the career mode on NASCAR Heat 5. 15 people watching at the end of stage 1. Thanks for everybody tuning in here on a Tuesday night, a late night. So thanks for staying up. Your Eastern time zone like me. I've got to work tomorrow, so going late. We had some mic issues that we couldn't get the stream started on time tonight, and couldn't get it figured out until just after 9:30. But this first stage flew by with no caution, so maybe the rest of the race will do the same. Ross Chastain gets the free pass at the end of the stage, finishing 11th. And Keegan Schneider's going to stay out. He's going to try to take the wave around. This hasn't worked well really at all this season, it seems like. But he's going to try it here. This will move him up to, I guess, 12th technically. Chastain will get the free pass. Everybody's going to hit pit road, allowing him to take the wave around. It's going to save a set of tires as well, so he's banking on there being a quick caution.
Coming to the green.
How's the live scene on the NASCAR? I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about with that. If you're talking about like the leaderboard being jagged, are you talking about like the points leaderboard, or are you talking about like the actual leaderboard while you're racing? Like the points for like a season or the career mode? Because there has been issues with the point standings, even in Heat 5. I mean, that's why we've had to do points ourselves. So I'm really, really praying that there isn't an issue with that going forward in the next NASCAR games. Really, really hoping. It takes a lot of extra time just to calculate the points in all 3 series when we're doing those championship mode playthroughs. Just to make sure everything's accurate. Briscoe's team wins the race off pit road after winning stage 1. So Briscoe obviously looks like the faster car on the racetrack, at least early on. Still caution free as far as incidents go early into stage 2. They're not doing the points though in the Xfinity series. Up to this point, everything's accurate so far. That we haven't DNF'd yet either, so that helps. Only DNF'd once in the Truck Series as well. Once in the Truck Series, none in the Xfinity Series. This is now already the 10th race in the Xfinity Series season. Schneider's just clinging on to the back of the pack right now. Again, taking that wave around, he's just simply hoping for a caution so he can stay on the lead lap, stay in the top dozen. It'll gain him a handful of spots. As well, it'll give him a new life here. He'll be able to pit during the caution as well. Tack on fresher tires. Still has all 4 sets to the finish. This could prove very well for him. And that's where we've seen Schneider strike very well. We have seen him strike and finish in the top 10, despite only scoring stage points in 3 of the 9 races this season. Simply by those races, he was able to stay on the lead lap. Cautions all fell aligned correctly. But every race he's gone a lap down, at some point during the race he had finished a lap down. He was never able to get all of his laps back. Schneider already lapped down at the end of stage 1, elected to take the wave around to get back on the lead lap as everybody on the lead lap hit pit road during the stage break as expected. And Schneider's still riding around there on his same tires he had at the start of the race, just banking on there possibly being a yellow. little bit of time before Briscoe and the rest of the field's going to catch him, but not a whole lot. Yeah, the graphics in Heat 3, the graphics really took a major improvement when it got to Heat 4. Like the fans, yeah, the fans in the stands were not 3D until Heat 4 either, so yeah, all the little details in the graphics definitely took a big jump up from Heat 3 to Heat 4. And then Heat 5 is basically a carbon copy of Heat 4 with a couple gameplay features added. About the only difference. And we get a little tight in line there behind Austin Hill. Stuck behind the 61 and the 74 as they're side by side, and now Hill's finally going to clear Harmon. Going to allow Schneider to get to the inside of Mike Harmon off turn 2. Now Austin Hill goes to the outside.
Careful, still there.
So Schneider gets to the inside of Hill off turn 4 and clears Mike Harmon now. A little side draft on Hill, trying to pull him back. And he's going to drive it in deep, and he'll pass Hill cleanly. Caution! And that plays right into the hands of Keegan Schneider. Caution will wave. He took the wave around at the stage break, hoping for a quick yellow before he went a lap down. He was going to have to pit at some point during this stage as well, so that was a big gamble, and it pays off mightily. And now he's going to pit for 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel. And everybody else in the lead lap is going to stay out. No adjustments here for this 99 team. Riley Herbst gets the free pass in 13th, so he'll get back on the lead lap. And, I mean, Schneider might be looking at a chance to maybe even win the stage now. We're not going to have too many laps left. He's going to have fresh tires, and we'll see. He's had about a 15th to 20th place car today, but these fresh tires are going to likely pay big dividends here. He's going to have about 10 to 15 lap fresher tires. Briscoe leads the field to the green. We'll see if they can make it to the end of stage 2. That's the first caution for incident all day long as well, which made the gamble even bigger for Schneider that the trends weren't playing in the favors of there being a yellow, but I mean, definitely played the strategy correct there, and quick jump to the top 10 after restarting in the preferred inside lane. Brandon Jones to the lead with a slide job off turn 4, passing Chase Briscoe on the restart. 26 laps to go in stage 2. Schneider trying to fight to the inside of Austin Cindric. Looking for every point he could possibly have. He comes in 11th in the season standings right now. Yes, he's got a win at Atlanta, but having 7 different winners, he's not locked in. If we get more than 12 different winners, which we are on very good pace to having, that's all that fields the Xfinity Series playoffs is just 12 drivers. So he is still points racing by any means necessary. And again, that stat we threw out earlier, only 3 races in which he has scored stage points this season. Talladega, Daytona, and Atlanta. Doesn't really deem well. He does have 5 top 10s on the year. He's just not scoring a lot of stage points, and he didn't have any stage points here in stage 1, but he's in position here in stage 2, currently in 10th. Ooh, almost put it in the wall off turn 4. He's driving this thing hard right now. Brandon Jones is still doing a great job hanging on to the lead. Cindric keeps running to the high side. It's giving him a run down the straightaways as Schneider's not able to keep up with him. Schneider's only got 85 in the engine department as well. Also doesn't help. Lap car Jesse Little starting to close in on the back bumper of the 99 as well off turn 4.
Looking inside now.
Little contact. Jesse Little, he kind of came down in the center of the corner on top of him and moved himself off the right front of Little. These fresher tires are at least going to allow Schneider to keep a pace that will keep him on the lead lap to the end of stage 2. So going into the final stage,
All clear.
he'll be on the lead lap, which is really in all reality coming into the day what he wanted. That's going to give him a chance to win. Especially saving his tires like he did by not pitting at the stage break like everybody else. He's still got 3 sets left in the finish.
20 more laps.
He's likely going to pit at the stage break with everybody else, so only had 2 sets left for the final stage. But it's still looking pretty good. You saw that late caution at Texas, and he was able to tack on tires there for that final restart with about 6 laps to go, and was able to get up to second place.
Careful. Still there. You got
Couldn't win the race, but he's fighting for points. Second place, that's a very, very solid day, even without stage points. Randy Jones still out in front. He is looking for his 5th stage win of the season if he can hang on for these final 18 miles. It's very well doable.
Careful. Still there.
Schneider drives it deep into turns 3 and 4, trying to get around Jesse Little.
Still there.
Little is the first driver 1 lap down right now in 13th.
All right. You're clear there.
Josh Williams battles to the inside of him now for position as well. Cindric's been staying along the top side. Schneider's about 4 seconds behind Justin Haley in 8th, but he's definitely got a shot to get up to 9th here, passing Cindric. We don't know if it's going to stay green to the end of the stage still or not either. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in this race here today. Over the next 8 laps or so. So you're watching a battle for 9th unfolding right now between the 22 and the 99. Schneider working the bottom while Cindric's working the top. It's allowing Cindric to get a lot better straightaway speed with the run off the corner exit due to the run off the banking. The more progressive banking on the outside of the track versus the inside. The way it flattens out down the straightaway, it's almost like a downhill ramp. Ooh, Cindric kind of ran the middle there, and Schneider squeezed up into him. Accidental contact off turn 4. Cindric didn't go all the way near the wall like he did again there through 1 and 2. Slide job by Schneider, but he couldn't clear. Through 3 and 4, he sends it off into the corner. That time he completes the slide job. Cindric again didn't go all the way near the wall that time, and it costed him. Couldn't get the run off the exit of the corner that he needed to get back to the outside of Schneider, and Schneider got around him for 9th. Got a little sideways there, right in the center of the corner. Definitely wasn't a good spot to be. Cindric's fighting back though. Still in the top groove. Almost looks like Cindric's got a little bit of damage to the front of his race car as well. Maybe from a little bit earlier in the stage. And I'm still surprised Chase Briscoe has not been able to catch up and get around Brandon Jones. Briscoe dominated stage 1. I guess that just goes to show how big the track position game is here, even at Dover. Briscoe, when he was out in front, he was able to just drive off, but now he's in traffic and he can't get back to the lead. simply after just not having a good restart despite restarting in the lead. Riley Herbst has made a pass for 10th place now on Austin Cindric. David Starr going to get to the inside of Keegan Schneider off turn 4. Schneider still trying to hold on for stage points. Cindric staying in that top groove. Riley Herbst is charging. He's going to get underneath Schneider for 9th, and Herbst has a little damage on the front of his car as well. He's actually got more than what Cindric's got. Schneider got really tight in the center of the corner, and Herbst easily clears him off turn 4. Here comes the run off the high side by Cindric as he tries to pull closer to the 99 again. Schneider beautifully gets through turns 1 and 2 and closes that gap back on Herbst for 9th. Just battling for every last stage point they can. Herbst especially, he doesn't have a single win this season. Only one of the 3 JGR Toyotas without a win. Here charges to the inside. Into turn 3. So you got to clear him? Nope. A little side draft there on the right rear quarter panel by the 18 of Herbst. 5 laps to go, stage 2. Cindric's moved down to the bottom. Schneider will clear Herbst off turn 2. Riley trying to run the outside groove. Almost put it in the wall off turn 2. He's running so close. Now charges back down to the bottom, and Cindric transfers to the high side. Brandon Jones, in just the 10th race of the season, could be on his way to winning his 5th stage of the season. 1 win to go for it as well. It's a lot of playoff points in the first half of the regular season, let me tell you. Still got a couple more laps to try and seal the deal. You know Briscoe's somewhere around him, at least inside the top 5. 2 more laps, 2 more miles for Jones to get the green, white checkered flag, the second of which here tonight.
You got room, you're clear. Got one outside now. Clear all around. Just a couple more.
Schneider's pulled away from both Riley Herbst and Austin Cindric finally. He's about a second ahead of Herbst, 2.5 seconds ahead of Cindric. Cindric trying to close on Herbst as well for that final stage point. Not sure if he's going to get there quite yet. This is the final lap of the stage for Jones. He's got less than a half a lap to go. Cindric lost about another second that last lap alone on Schneider just because of the lap traffic. Green, white checkered flag is in the air though. Brandon Jones will win stage 2. They're jumping to the lead on that restart with 27 to go and never looking back. Jones has led a lot of laps this season, and he has now won 5 stages in the first 10 races of the year. Schneider brings it home 9th for stage points here, only the 4th race in which he has scored stage points, and he only got 2 of them here in this one, but better than none. David Starr in 13th will get the free pass. We'll rack him and stack him again. Brandon Jones will win the race off pit road as well.
Coming to the green. Be ready.
Green flag about to wave for the final stage. 110 laps to go. See how the second half of this race will unfold. Just one caution for incident that came out very early in stage 2. about midway, a little before the halfway mark. Schneider had a good jump as he tries to get underneath Austin Cindric down the back straightaway. Cindric tried to block and he ran right in the side of Schneider. Bogged him down, and here comes Allgaier for position with a run, and he gets to 11th. And Ryan Sieg jumps to the lead on the restart this time. Another driver without a win. A lot of DNFs, a couple pole awards, but nothing really to show for Sieg this year. Schneider overdrives the corner, a little contact with the 4 of Jesse Little, and it is 3x3 traffic in the middle of the pack. Schneider's just trying to stay out of the way at this point in the run. He's definitely got a lot better long run speed, that's for sure. Remember, he's got 2 sets of tires left. The rest of this race, and Chase Briscoe has just jumped to the lead, passing Ryan Sieg off turn 2. So the stage 1 winner's back out in front. Trying to become the 2nd driver to win multiple races this season. Again, he has not won since race 2 at Las Vegas. Already the 10th race, so it's been 8 races since that last victory. I'll tell you what, even for us, Atlanta feels like so long ago. It's already been 5 races since our last win. You want to talk about elapsed time, it's probably been about a week and a half already. Wild. We took 3 days off of the career mode between streaming NASCAR 05 once, and then not streaming it at all Saturday night because of the start of the Cup race, and then the rain came, so we ended up not being able to really see it anyway. Only lost 2 spots on pit road. Yeah, lost 2 spots on pit road because there weren't enough drivers on the lead lap. Fortunately, we're still losing, but yeah, we did upgrade the pit crew before this race as well. I did forget to mention that. We're at an 85 overall in the pit crew now. It was an 88, or sorry, an 80. It was an 80 on speed, 80 on accuracy. Now we got an 85 on speed and an 85 on accuracy. I'll slowly progress the pit crew as we get faster, but there's a lot of other departments got to get going. But I figured we could have made at least 1 step up, bumped it up 5 overall. For the last race at Dega. I wasn't too worried about it going into Dega. Really wanted to get that road course chassis first so we could have that prepped up and ready to go by mid-Ohio, so hopefully we can have a good run there. Just 2 races away from that one. Might be seeing that on Thursday, honestly. We're definitely doing a custom schedule championship race on Thursday as well, but we'll end up having the career mode also. Likely a 5 o'clock stream for the Xfinity Series race at Mid-Ohio, and we'll do the Cup race at 8 that night. Again, Eastern Standard Time. Not going to be able to get both of the races in tomorrow at Charlotte and Mid-Ohio, so I'll just wait till Thursday when I'm off of work. Sister's got another game tomorrow, so I mean, she plays the rest of the week, but I'm off Thursday. Well, no, then I guess with Thursday, I might not either because she plays at 5. I don't know. I don't know when the next doubleheader is. I warned you guys last night. Nobody's asked me yet, so that's good. I did mention not to ask me because I wasn't sure. I just want to get as many... The reason why you've seen a lot of double headers in the last couple weeks, I feel like I'm rushing it a little bit, and I don't want to do that, but at the same time, I'm looking ahead because I'll be going to Talladega in a couple weeks, so that's automatically 3 to 4 nights off of streaming I'll have then. And then 3 weeks after that, I go to Dover, and I'm going to have 3 to 4 nights of streaming off of there. At least 3, maybe 4 for both those trips. It just depends what time I get home on the Monday. If I get home too late, then with having to work the next day, I'm just going to take it easy and not stream those nights. But played smart. And then after Dover, 2 weeks after that, I go to Charlotte for the Coke 600. So, just in the next 8 weeks, I'm going to 3 races. So there's not going to be a lot of streaming on those weekends. So that's the main reason why we've been doing double headers. Because about a month and a half ago, I said that we probably weren't going to have any more. But then when I got closer to the schedule, I was like, man, I kind of want to make up for it. And I have to keep some sort of a pace so we can get this done by the time the next NASCAR game comes out. The next NASCAR game, though, I'm only going to do 1 career mode playthrough, and it'll probably be similar to this. So I've had a lot of fun with this. I should have started with this anyway. It's more of a challenge, too, versus doing the shorter races. Plus, I'm still doing the realistic broadcast, which is a main staple of the channel. So we're going to probably do a career mode similar to how we've done it here. Obviously, the career mode might be a little different, enhanced perhaps, the next NASCAR game, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then we'll still do the championship mode playthrough as well for all 3 series. You guys will get the fan vote for the driver that I end up using in all 3 series, and then we'll do 1 custom schedule season and 1 actual season with the actual schedule. You guys will get the pick for the custom schedule, all the drivers that I'll be using. And we'll space it out a lot better, too, so that way, it's not like Heat 5 where I finished all I wanted to finish, 5-6 months before the next game comes out. So you're not going to be seeing really any double headers at all, so that way I don't get ahead of myself that time. Even if I have off. Try focusing on other things on the channel, like the vlogs that'll be coming this year. Stuff like that. So that's kind of the mini outlook, I guess, you got for the next couple months on the channel. It'll be interesting to see if we're going to get a caution at all here. Schneider's the last car in the lead lap. He's about 5.5 seconds behind 12th, David Starr. And Chase Briscoe's not really that far behind him to putting him a lap down. With just less than 90 laps to go in this race currently. As of the lap Briscoe's running, we have 87 laps to go. Still 2 sets of tires for this 99 team with Keegan Schneider left at the end of the race. We do know these guys will have to pit once at some point in time in this final stage, so he'd really like to keep that extra set of tires handy to the end. The problem is, again, where he is running on the racetrack right now. He's on the lead lap currently, but how long is he going to be able to stay on the lead lap if we stay green for a while?
Careful, still there. Still there. You got room, you're clear.
It's around Josh Bilicki cleanly and swiftly through turns 3 and 4. 84 laps to go now for Briscoe, and he's only got about 3 lap cars in between him and Schneider, who is, again, the last car in the lead lap, but Schneider's still losing ground slightly to David Starr. The good news is if a caution comes out, if he goes a lap down, it'll be the first car lap down until David Starr and or Justin Allgaier falls a lap down ahead of Schneider. Schneider wants to stay on the lead lap, so that way if he gets a yellow, he can restart back up there at the leaders again and not at the rear end of the field. That'll put him in even more danger of going a lap down even sooner if we get another caution. Especially if we end up on the same strategy anyway. Off turn 4, Briscoe is coming. About a half a second back at the line from where Schneider's at on the racetrack. 82 laps to go for Chase Briscoe, leading this race. He's led the most laps to this point. Already won a stage. And again, trying to get that second race win of the year. The good news is it'd be another driver who's already won a race going to victory lane, so that'll help for Schneider's sake, not having more than 12 different winners this season. Wanted to fight Briscoe hard. He didn't really put up much of a fight. Not that he really could have either, though. He did about all he could.
Still there. All right, you're clear. Careful. Still there. Clear high, bud.
Yeah, Schneider's not in danger quite yet, though. Again, he's in the free pass spot. The second time that Schneider's gone a lap down today, he took the wave around in stage 2, or sorry, at the end of stage 1. And then the only caution we've had for incident all night long was in stage 2, and that was the caution that kept Schneider on the lead lap after taking the wave around. Then he was able to pit for tires, never had to worry about going a lap down to the end of the stage. And now here, midway through stage 3, he's a lap down again. Due to this one green flag run to start the stage, everybody on equal fresh tires. Briscoe goes 3 wide off turn 2. He's hustling right now. And he's trying to lap as many cars as possible. It's only going to make his life a little easier, especially if we get more cautions. And just like stage 1, he's just got a massive, massive lead over second place. Second place car is nowhere close to him. Caution. Caution will wave. And this is going to split the strategy already. Schneider's going to stay out of the pits here. Now I know he's getting the free pass. Well, you know what? Man, this is a tough decision. Schneider's gonna pit. He's getting the free pass. He's gonna pit. He's gonna have an extra set of tires left to the end. And for the second time today, he'll come back from a lap down to get back on the lead lap.
You're covered to the green.
Half the field pits of the drivers on the lead lap, and the other half stay out. Green flag back in the air. Briscoe leads the field to the green. I believe the top 6 all are on older tires by about a little over 30 lap pressure tires. It's going to make a big difference. Yes, the green flag back in the air here in stage 2, and Schneider's got to go. He can't afford to go a lap down again here. Thought about staying out to conserve that set of tires, but with half the field pitting there, I don't think he could have afforded it. Look at the field scattering. He's 3 wide middle off turn 4 rather. A little contact with Jeff Green. Look at the way this field is just stacking up right now. Nowhere to go. A lot of these slower lap cars in the way, and they are 4 wide for a brief moment through the corner. Contact! Pinballing everywhere between Ray Black Jr., Alex LeMay, and Keegan Schneider.
Looking inside now. Got one peeking outside.
Some of the lap cars pit, some of them stayed out as well. That's why the field's getting so stacked up right now. 3 wide off turn 4. Contact with Landon Castle on the outside, as well as Schneider in the 99.
You got room. You're clear.
Patrick, if you're still in the chat, we didn't lose any spots on pit road that time. Probably because we took the free pass and we weren't going to gain or lose any spots anyway, but I'm going to throw that out there. Briscoe's still in the lead, but I don't think those fresh tires are going to hang on for that long. Just for the It is going to be a fuel mileage race to the finish for everybody that pitted under the caution if we do stay green to the finish. It is going to be very, very close. Cindric out in front. He was one of the drivers that pitted. It's going to be Cindric's first lap led today as he takes it away from Briscoe. Oh, car in the wall, big crash up turn 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars pile up down the back straightaway. And we'll have another yellow. Big crash on the self-cleaning racetrack that is Dover International Raceway. Off of turn 2, somebody went wide into the wall and just multiple cars piled in. As we get another caution, our third of the day and our second in about a dozen laps. Jesse Little will get the free pass in 14th. Schneider's going to stay out. Everybody that just pitted will stay out. And everybody that stayed out the last pit stop will pit this time. So the top 7 are all going to come to pit road. Man, that was a big crash out of nowhere. Curious to see how that started. Green flag back in the air. Schneider got a great jump. David Starr didn't take off at all. Look at Allgaier, even on the outside. He goes, man, David Starr must have spun his tires and missed his shift. Yeah, guys going inside and outside of him, just blowing right around him. Still here. Chat goes silent for so long. I imagine most of the people are still here, but just check and make sure. Ooh, a little contact between Haley and Schneider off turn 4. How about Jeremy Clements leading this race? Briefly, at least. Some of those guys on about 10 lap pressure tires are probably going to get around him. Who will be the first? Cindric still holding on to second slightly. Sorry, no, that's not Cindric. Cindric's back to 8th. It's a green car of some sort. There might be Ross Chastain, excuse me. It's the other colleague car. Justin Haley's a little bit further back than that. Schneider drops to 12th. He's got Brandon Jones on pressure tires right behind him as well. Looking to get around him. Schneider stuck on the outside, and that's only holding up Jones because Jones is running that middle to upper lane as well.
Hold your line, got one outside.
59 laps left at the line. Schneider still got one set of tires left. That's why he didn't pit under that last caution. Fuel to the end is still going to be close for everybody that pitted under the second to last caution, but everybody that pitted under that last yellow should be about 10 laps to the good. They won't have to worry about a thing. Harrison Burton has jumped out in front. After starting on the pole, he's only led a few laps today, but could you imagine if Harrison Burton goes to victory lane? It could be his 4th win in the first 10 races of the season. What a dominant start that this could be for Burton. He's already the early championship favorite after the first 9 races. Just over a quarter of the way through the season, and looking to just add on and prove that point even further. He's looking like us in the Truck Series last year, honestly. He might go on to win 10 to 13 races like we did. He's got the pace for it, especially if he wins today. It's only going to quicken that pace. longer season. He's got more races to do it. Briscoe finds his way back out in front. Briscoe's going to be the guy to beat, though. Burton has been in the top 5 all day, though. He finished 4th in stage 1. Not sure where he finished stage 2, but I'm pretty sure he was right around the top 5 again. Briscoe, who's led the most, he won stage 1 himself there. Finally finds himself back in the lead. When the pit stops and the strategies went, he lost the lead for a little bit during those last 2 cautions. Schneider's holding that set of tires in his back pocket right now. He's going to just hope that we get another caution. That'll have a chance to use it. And remember, he's trying to go for a top 5. Whatever can happen tonight, because he needs 2 top 5s in a 3-race stretch to help himself get that $90,000 incentive bonus. He might have a chance at it at Mid-Ohio with that road course chassis. With 3 races left, you know he's in position here today, so he's got to take advantage of it because you don't know what's going to happen in the next race exactly at Charlotte. Anthony Alfredo's the first driver a lap down in 15th currently. Trying to get around Schneider so he can try to put more of a gap on the 16th place car, helping Alfredo out. Helping himself out a little bit more. The longer we go before getting a caution, as long as Schneider can stay on the lead lap, the more of a chance he's going to have of winning, and now we have a yellow. Caution is out again. 52 laps to go, and Cindric's going to hit pit road. Free pass to Alfredo in 15th. He's back on the lead lap. Look out for Cindric. He has not won a race this season yet. If you're Schneider, do you pit now or do you stay out and hope for another caution? We've had a lot of cautions in the final stage. We only had 2 in the first, or sorry, 1 for incident in the first 2 stages combined. In the final stage and in the last 30 laps alone, we have now had 3 of them. From 78 to go now to 51 to go. Schneider's going to stay out one more time. He's waiting even longer to use that set of tires. But he's really hoping we get another caution. Everybody that pitted that was close on fuel is probably going to be a couple laps to the good for sure now with those 2 yellows instead of just the 1. Green flag back in the air. 48 laps to go at Dover for Harrison Burton. He was on the outside, actually jumped to the lead there for a quick second on Briscoe, but couldn't hold on. Cindric's got the freshest tires in the field. Gaming Hot Plays, welcome to the stream. Look out for Austin Cindric. He wants to go for that first win of the season. Michael Annett jumps to the lead off turn 4. 3 wide for second as Briscoe about smacked into the side of the 20 of Burton. Ryan Sieg's in the mix, and Sieg's going for the lead as Annett went really high, and they're side by side for the lead again. Down the back straightaway. Ryan Sieg in the bottom. Briscoe going to try to go up the middle. 3 wide for the lead off turn 4. They about made contact as Sieg pulls clear for the moment and leads the lap. And that had a great run on the outside, and he's able to keep pace with him. Brandon Jones, Stage 2 winner, back out in front. He's looking for his 2nd win of the year as well, to go along with those 5 stage wins. Back and forth, final stage, the different strategies with all the cautions and some lead lap cars pitting, but not all of them at the same time, much like when Cindric pitted by himself there. Schneider's got that extra set of tires. He was waiting for a caution, but he didn't feel like that was the time to go. He's going to save it for an even later run if we get another yellow. It'll only help him even more. And even on speed right now as it is, he is keeping up with Chastain and Herbst. David Starr still inside the top 10. He's having a great run in that 6 car. Schneider's still dead even with Chastain. He's going to try to side draft him and keep Chastain from pulling clear. Schneider drives it deep into turns 1 and 2 and clears. Ross Chastain with a crossover. Cindric out in front on the fresh Goodyears. He might run away with it. Especially if we go green to the finish. Herbst is closing in on David Starr for 10th. Starr trying to run that upper lane. Schneider just ran the middle group through 3 and 4. He's been running the bottom most of the day. I think he wanted to run the bottom, he just couldn't get it gripped up down there. And boy, Herbst got sideways trying to make the pass on Starr through turns 1 and 2, and Starr goes down to block him to the inside now as these guys trying to battle again for that top 10 run. Schneider's trying to get back-to-back top 10s. This would actually be 3 top 10s in the last 4 races for this 99 team. It'd be a 6th top 10 of the year through 10 races. Pretty solid, all things considered, knowing kind of a car this team has had most races this year, and it hasn't been really that speedy. But this isn't strategy that has kept him in 12th. The strategy to take the wave round to get himself on the lead lap initially, that was strategy, but he's kept himself here, or at least in that free pass position, on speed like he did here in stage 3. Remember, he was a lap down until that caution was 78 laps to go. Gave him the free pass, back on the lead lap. That alone has given him a chance. He's been a lap down twice in this race just to get back on the lead lap. He's ran as high as 7th today. See what else he can get out of it. Herbst completes the pass off turn 2. Finally clears David Starr, but Schneider is closing in on both Starr and Herbst. Battle with each other so much. Starr to the outside through 3 and 4, and Schneider with a little slide job is going to pull up. Oh, a little contact. Starr almost went the wall. Great save by David Starr off the exit of the corner. I don't think he appreciated that. Schneider was definitely going for the home run there. He wanted to get around him. Starr was all the way on the outside. Schneider drove it in so deep, but he just mistimed it. It didn't wreck. We stay green, so that's good. Last thing you wanted to do was be a cause of the caution. He wouldn't have been able to use those tires. This race has seen a lot in the final stage. We even saw that big wreck happen ahead of us off turn 2 where we had about 6 or 7 cars involved. Not sure how that started. Just saw somebody go spinning to the outside wall, and there was already somebody on the outside, and once those two went spinning, more cars just kind of piled in. Such a blind corner off the exit of turn 2 as well. A lot of those guys couldn't see where they were going. We're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Schneider is just stalking Herbst right now. Schneider can't drive it in too deep though because Herbst is hooking the bottom beautifully right now, and he's backing up a little bit more into the corners than what Schneider's doing. David Starr is close back in on the 99 again as well. Schneider just got in the back of Herbst. Look at how much that bogged down the 99. Herbst shoots out ahead. Starr closes that gap a little bit more again. A little extra damage to the front of the 99 of Schneider as well. That might hurt the race car, tighten it up a little bit more than what he wants. Gonna alternate through the different camera angles one final time for the next 8 laps here in this race. Just over 30 laps to go at Dover on a late Tuesday night. Can Austin Cindric get that first win of the year? He's been so close so many times. He's got the freshest tires in the field. Only driver that pitted during that last caution. King, welcome to the stream.
Careful, still there.
Just about clipped the left rear of Jeremy Clements off turn 2, and that could have about turned him. I've seen drivers in recent years kind of pull up similarly off the exit of a corner and just accidentally hook the guy in front of him trying to pull in line. And really aggressively side drafting Clements through 1 and 2. Not enough though as Clements gets the run. Having that higher lane and is able to stay in front. Clements has led a couple laps today. Virtue pit strategy on the restarts. 28 to go. Thanks for that comment, by the way, King. Appreciate it, and again, welcome back. I just wonder with those fresher tires if Cindric's actually going to be able to catch Schneider and put him a lap down before the end of the race, if it does go green. Schneider's only regret to the end of this race is if we don't get a caution. He would have rather used that last set of tires instead of just seeing them go to waste. Justin Allgaier's in the mix for position up here as well for the 99, the 51, and the 18, and the 6 of David Starr, who's just been creeping around. He's right there in the mix as well still. We got about a 5-car battle for about 8th place. Lap cars getting in the way now. Schneider's got to go in between Mike Harmon and Riley Herbst. That got tight. 3 wide off the exit of the corner. David Starr gets around as well. Look at how deep Starr drove it into the corner to get underneath Herbst. Lap car got in the way of Mike Harmon, who's in the 74 and cost Schneider some time. 24 laps to go. We'll stick with the normal camera to the finish. Allgaier still ripping the outside. Look at how much damage is on the 61 at Hill. I believe he might have been involved in that bigger accident a little bit earlier. Schneider is inside the top 10. Dive bombs to the inside. Trying to slide job on Justin Allgaier, and he completes the pass. What a move to get to 9th. Didn't want to waste any time there. In case we do go green to the end. You know, if a caution comes out, he's pitting. But if it stays green, he's got to go for every position possible. Once he gets around Clements for 8th, if he does, he's about 10.5 seconds behind C. If he goes green to the end, this might be the last spot up for grabs here for Schneider. A little slide job off the exit of turn 2, clear. I thought when Jeff Green was in the bottom lane that he wasn't going to be able to get low enough to use all the racetrack to slide up in front of Clements, but he was still able to barely clear him on turn 2 with a clean pass. And 21 laps to go. Again, we'll wait and see. 20 to go, I guess, for Austin Cindric now. I have to imagine Cindric is putting a lot of these guys a lap down. Remember, there were only 15 drivers on the lead lap when we last went green. There's still 48 laps to go in this race. Again, a valiant effort today. Schneider was a lap down. You're just tuning in twice. Once in stage number 1. At the end of the stage, he went a lap down. Took the wave around, got a quick caution. Stayed on the lead lap all the way until just over 80 laps to go in stage 2. Got a caution about 5 or 6 laps after going a lap down. Got the free pass. got back on the lead lap. He's been on the lead lap ever since. And now he has gotten back up to 8th. He's been as high as 7th in this race today, earlier in this final stage. This is all on speed at this point. And really, the 7 guys ahead of him are the guys that are all on fresher tires. This 99 team is coming a long ways here, even early in the season, even since their win at Atlanta. How far this team has come. The win was in the 5th race of the year, and yes, they've gone 5 races without another win. They are just clicking away solid and good runs for this program. Cindric's just really hoping it stays green to the end. We've seen cautions late, especially in recent races, cost drivers a chance to win. Costed Cindric a chance to win the season opener at Daytona, presumably. Looks like Jeff Green got to pit road. May have blown an engine. Somebody was up in smoke. I believe it was Jeff Green. Schneider desperately wants a caution. Caution and another restart so he can take those fresh tires. And we'll see if he's going to have enough time to get around these guys. Cindric just gets to the line, 14 to go for him. Going to spend at least 3, maybe 4 laps under a caution as well. Poor Chase Briscoe looked like he had a really fast car earlier in the race, and now he's back to 7th. Struggling in lap traffic late. I think he's still going to go down as leading the most laps when this race concludes. Just less than 8 seconds, sorry, 9 rather. 9 seconds behind Briscoe. Sieg's also about 9 seconds ahead of him.
Stay low, stay low. All right, you're clear there.
Kind of the back of Joe Graff Jr. now getting into the corner.
All clear. You're all clear on top.
Allgaier back in 9th, Herbst in 10th. They've been falling further and further back from the 99 car, so Schneider's pretty much locked in right in 8th place. Once he got around Clements at the time for the position, he just started pulling away from him over the last 10 to 15 laps. And now we have 9 laps to go at the line for Austin Cindric to try and win this race.
Clear low, clear low.
4 cautions total, 3 in the final stage. All in about a 30-lap stretch, less than that. From 78 to go to 51 to go is when all those cautions came out in this stage alone, all 3 of them. 8 to go for Austin Cindric.
Still there? All right, clear on that.
Hoping it stays green. I just wonder if Schneider pits. Again, it's going to depend how many drivers are on the lead lap, but if he's going to be able to even get back to, say, 8th place, even if it's only 2 laps, if it would be worth taking fresher tires, it's pretty equal with everybody right now. You have to assume if he restarts in the outside lane, that's going to hurt him quite a bit. Schneider in the wall off turn 4. He is really pushing it hard. 5 laps to go for Cindric. He'd be the 8th different winner this season. Definitely not what Schneider wanted to see. He's looking for the longest time, like Briscoe or Jones were going to win this race. Maybe even Harrison, Burton. At least those 3 have won. Cindric is not. It's only going to leave 4 more spots open, with still 16 races to go before the playoffs. Once the checkered flag flies tonight, again, assuming Cindric or somebody new wins. Again, right now it's looking like Cindric with 4 to go. If we get a caution this late, we will go to overtime because we will run past the scheduled distance to the finish.
Still there? All right, you're clear there.
Two to go for Cindric. He's just desperately trying to get to that white flag, hoping it stays green. As Cindric is in the middle of turns 3 and 4 right now. He's going to get there. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Austin Cindric at the Dover International Raceway. And Schneider's got that extra set of tires he saved after taking the wave around way back in stage 1. And he just never got a chance to use them. He never got a caution in the final 48 laps since the last restart. Could have used them during the last stop, and maybe he could have been up there with Cindric. I don't think he would have had the car. Likely would have only gotten him to second, but the checkered flag is in the air, and Austin Cindric has won at Dover, his first win of the season. 8 different winners now in 10 races. Unbelievable. Only 4 spots open for the playoffs. Schneider scored 2 stage points today and an 8th place finish. Not a bad points day whatsoever. He's going to need that, and only 9 drivers finish on the lead lap as Cindric definitely put on a dominant show here in the final stage. And he only finished about 2 seconds ahead of Brandon Jones despite having the fresher tires. My only regret is not taking tires during that last caution when I had a chance. I stayed out. I figured we had 3 cautions in a 28-lap stretch that we were going to get another one in the last 48 laps, the way the trends were working, and we just never got the yellow. So Austin Cindric goes to victory lane. Brandon Jones, who won Stage 2, finishes second. Harrison Burton, the pole sitter, third. Michael Annett, fourth. Justin Haley rounds out the top 5. Stage 1 winner and driver who led the most laps today, Chase Briscoe, finishes 6th. Ryan Sieg, 7th. Keegan Schneider, 8th. Justin Allgaier, 9th. And Jeremy Clements rounds out the top 10. Honestly, considering we had a 15th to a 20th place car the first 2 stages, and we willed this car to an 8th place run on speed, not even on strategy. We just kept working on it. We got it we got it into the top 10. That's about all I could have done. It was still a good race, though. It was a good race. See what kind of money we're getting. $92,154, and we move up 2 spots in points. We're up to 9th. We're no longer last of everybody with a win, so that's good. Noah Dragson's last of the drivers with a win, but we are 9th overall. I mean, look at all those different winners. This is insane. Both the colleague cars are without wins. Chastain and Haley. Hemrick, Junior Motorsports, the only Junior Motorsport car without a win. And then there's a Joe Gibbs car still without a win. Riley Herbst. We can still see an underdog winner on the road courses as well. We got 3 of them in the regular season. We still got 1 more trip to Daytona in the regular season. I think we're going to get more than 12 winners. We might have to win a second race here, and again, I just don't see that happening. We've got some really, really tough races on the schedule. I wish that big one that took out 6 or 7 guys would have DNF'd a couple. You hate to see it happen, but if it would have DNF'd a couple of the guys in the top 10, we could have actually maybe gotten that top 5. But now we have to finish top 5 in the next 2 races to get that $90,000 incentive bonus, and I just don't see it happening. We do have back-to-back top 10s, an 8th place and a 9th place finish in the last 2 races. Look at that. Briscoe led 103 laps today. Only won one of the 2 stages, but boy, did he dominate. Didn't matter. Austin Cindric goes to victory lane. Congrats to him. We're going to take a look at the shop here before I hit the hay for the night. I got to get up for work in the morning. But despite the mic issues, did it for you guys. Made sure we still got the stream underway, and I had a lot of fun still. I always have a lot of fun on the channel. Getting to talk NASCAR with the chat, getting to put my broadcasting skills on the line. Moderate driving. We do have to use this chassis again for Charlotte. That's my worry here early in the season. Yeah, Keegan Schneider's getting top 10s like no big thing. Hashtag Keegan Schneider is awesome. Thanks there, Riley. All right. Well, we'll get some extra cash influx simulating our Germain Racing ride at Martinsville, I guess. I mean, that's the nice thing with the hot seats is we're not running them because we're going to own our own team. It's the only reason I'm not running the hot seat offers. And I needed a top 33, and we got, just like we needed, a top 35 in the last one. We got 22nd at Talladega, then we get 23rd here. Just by simulating it, and that's how much money we get. I'll take it. I'll take it. Not going to be driving with them next year, but I really hope those stats don't count towards our actual Cup career stats. Because I'm not even actually racing them intentionally. Let me see. Let's look at our stats real quick. It does show stats. Well, that stinks. That's going to hurt our career average finish when it comes out. Oh, well. Xfinity Series stats this year. 9th in points after 10 starts. Not bad. That's overall points, too. That's not even with the win. I guess with the win, we'd technically be 7th in the playoff standings. Not bad. Despite the fact we have 8 winners, so that's pretty good. Yeah, that 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 6 top 10s in 10 races. 56 laps led. That's not too shabby either. Most of those were at Talladega, though, but still. Talladega and Atlanta were really the only 2 races we led more than 3 laps. I think every other race we led probably at least 5 laps or less. Texas, I think we only led a couple on strategy. And we finished 2nd. I really don't remember leading any other race outside of Daytona, Atlanta, those couple laps at Texas. We didn't lead any in the last race in the Talladega. I think we've only led in 4 races, but I'm doing good. Average finish 14th. That is, I'll take that. This early in the season, this early in the Xfinity portion of the career mode, that's pretty good. Again, maybe we do win the championship this year. We move to the next series. Charlotte, Mid-Ohio, Michigan, Iowa, Chicagoland, the next 5 races. These longer, bigger tracks like Michigan, Pocono, those are going to stink for us right now because we don't have engine power. Indianapolis, because that's on the oval. Those races are going to be ones that we're going to have to... I don't know. I mean, we can only have so much strategy when you don't have the straightaway speed. I mean, we're going to be running like outside the top 30 most of the day. we still don't have a short track chassis, so I don't expect us to really do anything at Iowa. Remember, Bristol, we finished 5 laps down without a short track chassis. Phoenix without a short track chassis, we finished 4 laps down. So 20th and 34th in those 2 races also. So I don't expect Iowa to be good. Michigan, Iowa, Pocono, Indy. So 4 out of that 5 race stretch is going to be rough. Really rough for us to try and stay inside the top 20. If we survive that, and then we got to go to Iowa again. Hopefully by the second Iowa race we should have a short track chassis. Should. Let me see how much money it is real quick. Oh my gosh. $1.2 million for a short track chassis. Ooh, boy. I mean, we're going to have to get it at some point because Phoenix is a championship race and that's on a short track. We're going to have to. I mean, we're just going to have to keep doing what we're doing and save our money. We're going to need a 4th chassis before we upgrade departments. I have the money to upgrade to an 85 on the Arrow, but we don't need a short track. We have a while in the season. Yeah, we're only 10 races in. We can get to $1.2 million. The problem is if we win the championship and we go cup racing next year, we have to save enough money for that. So I'm really caught in a bind. We might get more money a little bit sooner if we... I'll upgrade to an 85 on the Arrow. 85 Arrow purchased. Back to $10,489. But that's not too shabby. Give us an 84... It'll give us an 84, 81, and 79 for this upcoming race at Charlotte. So overall about the same. Road course engine's going to be good to go. Suspension's likely going to be good to go. Aero will be good to go. Maybe we can... No, we're not going to get that suspension to a 85 in time. So yeah, that's probably what we're going to have for Mid-Ohio. We still got a while till Daytona for that super speedway chassis. Well, alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Not sure what time. I'll see you again tomorrow with my sister's softball games all week. It's her senior year, so I guess after these next couple months, we won't have to worry about basketball or softball like we have the last... Well, we didn't have it last year because of COVID, so... just with this year, and we'll be starting the streams earlier going forward. So it's kind of like the middle of the winter where we're seeing a lot of 9 o'clock streams because of that. But thanks for everybody watching again. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at Charlotte for the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. Hopefully we can get that top 5. Thanks. See you then.